Oftentimes when we work with large mechanical assemblies, we have a large amount of mate data. This is particularly troublesome whenever errors pop up and we have to sort through which components are having trouble, why they're having trouble, and how we can fix them. New for 2019 is the ability for us to group mates by either their status or to separate out fasteners or use both options. If we group them by status, you can see that we have a solved folder containing 100 mates, then we have errors, overdefined, suppressed with missing components, and inactive, which are referencing fixed components. Let's go ahead and address some of these problems. The first is missing a reference plane. We're going to go ahead and reselect a reference and allow SOLIDWORKS to replace all other missing mate references that have that same selection. This automatically moves those mates into my solved folder. Next, we have 4 overdefined mates. I know that the last 2 mates are overdefining this, so we're going to go ahead and suppress those. They get placed in a suppressed folder, and you'll now notice that we have mates moved back into our solved folder. You can see here that this is a large amount of mate data that we would have to otherwise sort through. Next, let's take a look at the suppressed missing components. In this instance, we can go ahead and just delete this reference, and you can see again that our solved folder, our suppressed folder, and now we have inactive fixed. Another option that's new for 2019 is the ability to lock rotation on concentric mates. If you use a large amount of toolbox hardware inside of your assemblies, you'll often see this minus sign in front of those components telling you that they're underdefined. If we simply right-click on the mate folder, we now have the option to lock concentric rotation. You can see that the mates are still solved, and if we take a look at these, you'll notice that the concentric mates that have this lock rotation option look a little bit different with the center of them shaded. If we go back and take a look at our toolbox hardware, you can now see that these are all fully constrained. There is an option inside of our system properties going into Hole Wizard and Toolbox that allows us to lock the rotation of new concentric mates to toolbox components automatically. This will save a ton of time making sure that your assemblies are fully defined. Last, let's go ahead and look at grouping mates by separating out fasteners. As we scroll down, you can see within the solved section, we now have a fasteners folder that shows us that we have 60 fasteners solved, and then we have a total of 104 in our solved folder. So again, this is a great way for us to separate out mate data based on not only the components, but also the status of their solve. No matter how many mates you use in your assembly, I'm sure that this new option for 2019 can go a long way.